Hi there, good afternoon, and welcome to my Facebook channel and or my Sky's channel, YouTube channel, depending on which one you're watching this on. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I just, while I'm talking about YouTube, subscribe to my channel if this resonates with you, what I do, and you like what I do, and or like or follow my page if you want to see more of what I do. So if it's on YouTube, click the notification bell, and that will let you know when I next post. So let me see, where am I going? So this read is for the sign of Scorpio for the month of March in the year of 2020, of course. So I usually start off with saying something else, but it's kind of like everything is like back to front today. On this one, it's like, wow, I don't know what's going on. So there may be something that's happening with you, Scorpio, that is like you're not really understanding what is going on around you at the moment, or those last couple of weeks, last couple of months, even last couple of years. It's like you're feeling like you're trying to fit in or get, there's this fit into so many things, or fit into something to find your way to where you're meant to be going. Like your passion is this where I'm meant to be going. So there's like this knee-jerk sort of reaction over here, and this like I'll go there and then check that out. But it's kind of like, but I'm just feeling a little bit like scattered at the moment, and but a little bit unknowing at the same time. Is like, okay, how's this going to happen? So first, but there's that feeling of actually like wanting to pull things together now that you're more ready for that, as in your direction in life, and who's going to be in it or not in it, actually, or what's going to be in it or not in it. You're figuring all that out, or something is more coming to together for you for that. So anyway, once again, I want to thank you for joining me. And I do ramble on a little bit in the beginning, but that's because sometimes there is a bit of a ramble that needs to happen to get the message out. So like I say, if this is for the sign of Scorpio, whether it's falls under, whether you're watching this for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, that's fine. If, like I say, if it doesn't resonate with you, check out the other signs that you may that resonate with you. So what I mean by that is like, so for you, those of you that don't know, and maybe wondering what the hell is she going on about, I'm new to this. It is like, for me, for instance, I'm a Gemini, so I follow mostly my sun sign or star sign, and then I'll look at what my moon, rising, or Venus sign is saying for me if I don't quite fully understand what my sun sign is about. So, for instance, my moon is Libra, and I'm Pisces, and Venus, Pisces is rising, or could be, and my Venus is Cancer. So it's kind of, so looking at that, so that'll kind of give you a bit more of an in-depth sort of reading, if the other one or ones or don't work out, or it could be something that will clarify something that's coming up for you a little bit later, for you. So I think I've covered all that. Anyhow, let me see, where are we going? So there seems to be maybe this, like, it's like I'm saying, it's like, anyhow, where are we going? Where am I going? Where are we going? It's like there's all this sort of stuff that's coming up now, but you're more ready to make some decisions to to want to know and get to do some things, move, get some sort of stability, is like what Spirit is saying, talking about. So Scorpio. Whew. Scorpio. I'm just looking around. I'm saying, but you're overlooking around, so or swimming around in a fishbowl. There's for some of you it might be for you, and I'm just getting like, okay, the Nine of Swords is flopped out first, and then we have that. And these three come out, wow, and this one. I'm just going to leave those there for now. So, okay, so the first card out for you, Scorpio, is unfounded fears and nightmares. So it's the Nine of Swords. So The Nine of Swords is, flipped out, came out. It upside down. So interesting. I use the word flipped out because it's like something some of you may have flipped out. Not saying all of you, and it's like with these thoughts and feelings and these because the sword is about life challenges. So some of you may have flipped out, and or somebody may have flipped out on you. But I feel like I'm more drawn to you for some reason. Like I say, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. And wait for the rest of the reading because it could, the cards that when it comes up, so it might explain it. It will explain it a little bit more. So some of you might have flipped out is the word that I'm hearing here. The words that I'm hearing that follow with this Nine of Swords. And in the Nine of Swords, it's about unfounded fears and nightmares. So and you may be overthinking because it's like the swords is like an air sign, so the maybe you're overthinking things, and making 5 + 5 = 10, but you might be adding, it might be working out to 15 or 20 for you, or maybe even 12. So there's that thing about stop overthinking things and going in your head. So to do with some of life's challenges that are around you at the moment. And see, like she's sitting in the bed there, the thoughts are there above her head, but they're not touching her head. They're not, that it's not going anywhere near her. So these are all like up in the air sort of questions and thoughts and feelings that you, if they've gone in your mind and you're making, and it's like unfounded basically. So what they're saying, so I'm turning that up the right way, up the correct way. So it changes the energy for you, but it's just saying that some of you may be resisting some sort of help or some sort of, movement forward and, like looking at those unfounded fears basically and moving towards whatever it is that you need to do to make things happen. So anyway, with this, so there may be with that there is the next card comes like struggle and tension with the Chariot. So there is the potential that you like, and with this unfounded fears and nightmares, there's some sort of coming to a crossroads, because see these horses, one wants to go one way, one wants to go the other way. So there's some sort of balance that maybe needed to be taking and coming into play here with you, with those thoughts and that sort of thing. And it may be that you're needing to make a jolly well decision, but this is like struggle and tension with that. So to me, that's like making, for me, that what is coming through is making a decision as to which way you want to go with things. It's really in sorting it out with this, because there is struggle and tension. And these horses are like, there's something's moving. Somebody's trying to, like you're trying to get something moving, but there's not all the pieces of the puzzle are there maybe. So I'm just going to get a card. I just feel like I want to clarify that. With those, so there's something there that's struggle and tension. There's something, it's not all black and white. So maybe you're seeing something, that's you're having to make a decision with something about something that's not these, it's not black and white. There's no just for you. It's coming up. Yeah. Okay, where they're going. Yeah, it's like yes or no sort of thing. It's either going to go that way or that way. So, and which is, it's like, so it's really you making a decision, because it's like there's, you could go either way basically with this. So, and I've just drawn a card to go with, as a clarify for that, and it's the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is, is about going, it has the energy and that feeling behind it about going deeper, searching for that deeper spiritual meaning, which is what I feel like you may be going, some of you may be doing or going into next month. You may be doing that, starting this process right now for some of you Scorpions. But it's like the energy is changing, like to slow down a little bit, so you can like get that time to take to contemplate on what actually it is that you really want to do. So there's a lot of internal stuff and processing to go there with these life changes, that the Swords brings. But the Chariot brings energy and the energy around struggle and tension. And I just want to, yeah, because I just want to, like, you know, so go in there deeper and to figure it out what it is really about, what those limiting belief systems are about that hold you back, and they're creating these unfounded fears and nightmares. Woohoo! But that's cool because I feel like you're going, you know, it's like it's really just taking that time, you know, and that space and going deeper within and not overthinking things. So the Seven of Cups. Oh, so first of all, I have the next card there is the Emperor. So there's a lot of amazing like energy here that the universe is trying to get you to, like, to find some sort of movement into where you know you really want to go. But maybe you're feeling like somebody's holding you back. Or you feel like you can't go that way because, or this way because of something or somebody. But I just feel like you're going to have like, so you're going to have to make a decision. There's that feeling behind it, and you may be given no choice but to like make a decision, which is not a bad thing, but it's like, because that'll make you see what it is, what, you know, where you're meant to be going, and it's like, and it'll give you that, you know, make you feel and see that actually, I should have made this decision before, or I could have made this decision before, and after all that, so, and what the hell did I put myself through all that for? But that's the learning that you were getting from that, and that's pretty freaking amazing. So then we have the Emperor, and he comes in with authority, ambition, and material stability. So this is, he comes with all of that. See, look at this, the theme around the Emperor. He's sitting there in his throne. He's got like purple and red, so he's grounded. He's grounded between the purple with the spiritual, the red with the grounding. He's got all that gold and that gold color in there on his throne, and he's like sitting quiet, and he's very grounded, and he knows who he is. He knows what it is, what he wants to do, and he knows how he's going to get that. And even though he's there now, I feel like for some of you that's the energy that's within you to get to that point. Some of you are there now, and you may be going and embarking on a new journey, but going through this thing again for another set of reasons. This cycle. But there's definitely something there, and I feel like, or either that for some of you is that, like, this is the energy that some of you really need to get into, is like bringing in that to help you move through this funny little space that you're in, this stagnant energy and this like shit going on in your head, to move through it and to look forward and into this there, because the card that I shuffled and fell out there is daydreams. So you've been shown, through your daydream, you've been daydreaming about it, but unless you take action, which is what this chariot is about, unless you take an action in one direction or another, nothing's going to move. You're not going to figure anything out. You're just going to stay stagnant. That's what that's about anyway. Okay, so, and then we have, you've got the Devil and the Death card. So the Devil is, about power, strength, power and energy in prison. So the only one that can let you out of that is you, basically. So there's something about, you feeling vulnerable, and about, about taking these steps. And maybe you've got to do this on your own. And it's not, whoever it is or whatever it is that you're doing, you can only do this on your own, which is pretty much, this self-imprisonment. We're the only ones that can let us out and let us go, and by making choices, taking action, to free ourselves of what we are already in, and feeling, and discovering our courage, our strength, our belief, and our faith, and our wisdom, and all that sort of, and knowledge that we actually do have in front of us will start to come out. So unless you open up that door, Spirit is saying, unshackle yourself and stop beating yourself up, and just being that, and taking yourself out of that thinking or being or feeling vulnerable, because it's like that little friend on your shoulder is the one that's the devil is holding you back. That little friend that's that mind, all those negative thoughts you know, that you're having in there that have come from maybe from somewhere else, a limiting belief or whatever, you know, or a cycle of things, a pattern is there. So that's, yeah, so start looking at that. But the thing is, there we have the death card. So there's some form of change that you're going through, and transformation that you're going through that will, and you'll start to figure out this, unshackle yourself and get going with it. And you will see, like, when you do that, that actually, you know, that's what this in the beginning here is going to help you to do. That is by going that little bit deeper, you know, and figuring out what it is and what holds you back from creating or going into this new venture or space of life and time and being, for you and who you are and what you want to do. So the death card, that card fell out with the devil card. So there's definitely some sort of transformation and change that's coming up next month for you. And then we have the Page of Swords. So it's like there's a new beginning in the mental activity. So there's something that you've seen, you've done, you've processed, and it's cutting out all those negative thoughts, and you're swinging your sword around. So there's some sort of freedom there, in creating that new beginning, because it's, you know, there's the Ten of Swords before that. So that was coming to an end, will come to an end, but now you're right in the new beginning. So there's that opportunity there, should you choose to go deeper and figure this out for you, and use this energy that's coming up in March for you to move through it. Because this is the card, the last card that fell out is the Knight of Wands, and there's and he's about, you know, energy and action with the ideas, you know, that you've got, you know, and taking that of what you're wanting to go to. So the fact that I just had that little belch, then it's like something may not be sitting right with you, but something that wasn't sitting right with you is now time to take the action. You've processed that, and you'll see that the energy is moving, you know, moving into that energy, and actually, so that's, yeah, Sagittarius is the energy with it. So you may see a younger male or a male energy, a young male or a younger male, depending on your age, energy that will come through, that comes through and has that sort of energy that just takes the bull by the horns and does, you know, and, you know, has that energy to go and kickstart something brand new, or not at all, or something, or just keep moving, whatever it is. But it's about the energy and action, and I do feel by the end of the month, you'll feel more. If you allow yourself to go there, more energetic, more knowing, more to take action of these, you know, these dreams that you've been having, and with that sort of a feeling and energy behind you. So there may be a male energy that comes into your life that has that Emperor energy there, that you see that you can that you need to instill in yourself to help you get moving, which will take you to this point. And it's like, yep, okay, so you're taking action, digging deeper, and then it's like, as in digging deeper and like allowing some releasing, do all that sort of stuff, whatever is going on in your mind, into this energy here, the Knight of Wands, moving forward. Then we have the Seven of Swords, and a time for action rather than aggression. So even though there's this energy there, it's just allowing you now, emphasizing even more that actually it is a time for action, but not with aggression. So it's an action with, like, it's like not with that bulldozing way, and coming from a space of, like, you know, I've got this, and it's not, because sometimes, you know, and I know myself, I've done that. I was going like really gung-ho and then not just, you know, railroaded my way around through this thing and that thing, but it's not about that. It's like being mindful about what you do. So using that energy of, you know, love, peace, harmony, and joy with it, and with that way of thinking and being as well. So not just, so there's the mental the side, or the thinking, like thinking about it through that way, like getting in your head, sort of thing. Thinking about what you're doing, how you're going to, being tactful, basically, about how your strategy Phew. And coupled with the physical taking action of that. Wow. That's a lot of energy. I was really, really super hot. And when I was like prepping, getting the cards ready and prepping and asking for it, you know, coming closer and blah, 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 I just felt like this, like really hot. I thought, oh my God, there's a lot of energy in there for you, which is cool because you need it to get going. It's like, I just feel like, too, like even like now my energy is starting to pick up just thinking about it, and I've just called the spirit in to lift my energy as well. Like there's even through that processing, you know, like coming into next month, or you, like I say, you may be, because we're like the 20, what's the day? The 27th today. So we're nearly there, and coming into March, it may be that, you know, you're feeling that now, even right now, is like in that processing and like really needing and wanting to get going with something. Woohoo! But there's some processing to go with it, and you know, a digging deeper feeling there. Like some of you feel like you're maybe going traveling to travel, and some of you there's a new work position, some that's coming up, and some of you I feel like are going from work to creating a business. Others of you I feel like you're going the other way around, creating a business. You know, and going back to it from creating, not leaving a business, going back to it for whatever reason. So, and it's just like there could be like that sense of retirement or just change, and that's the end of that journey, and that's okay. And you may be questioning about that. And some of you maybe like leaving work, contemplating leaving at work, and going into something new or different. Others of you it will be about relationships and marriages and going in and out or whatever. So like I say, this story may not be your story. So if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't make it. Check out one of your other signs, like I say. Okay, come on. I know there's a card there. That wasn't it clearly, because it would have jumped right out. And because I was too quick. Okay, there's 3, 4, 5. Holy shit. Quite a few. So anyway, I'm just going to quickly go through these. So definitely something is unfolding. So that's connected to the number 8. The 8 is connected to the infinity. That infinity and being in the sense that knowing yourself as being the infinite being, that you are the creator of your life and situations, and you can move and get the fuck out of it or not. You know, find a way to get out. So something is unfolding where you're starting to see and feel and know that actually. It's time to make your move, basically. Endearment, okay? So there is this koala bear, okay? And it's grounding. So keep yourself grounded, you know, Scorpio. You know, number 1 is about new beginnings. 9 is something is coming to an end and moving into the new. So don't get, it's like, don't be too hard on yourself and others around you. Because sometimes, you know, when we, you know, people, you know, when we're making these changes, people don't understand why, and it doesn't really, and there's a sense of like feeling like you need to justify, but if they don't, the thing is like if you could justify it, or tell you know for yourself, that is, you know, you're the only one that has to justify it to you, at the end of the day, and until you figure it out, that's when you can, you know, justify it to people as per se, if you choose to. But sometimes people don't like it, like when we make changes in our lives and or see the change in us, and that's their stuff, okay? That's their stuff, not yours. 39, joy. Joy to the world. That sort of, it's just, that's kind of the energy that I feel like you'll just feel a lot more energy, a lot more joyful, because you're finding a little bit of balance, and because these things are coming to an end. And then there's that ending coming, because it's number 39 actually it's number 39 in this deck of cards, the Sacred Web deck. So there's some balance coming through there, and with the ending of a way of thinking, being, doing, and, you know, having or not having, whatever it is in this change. And this number 13 here is the seal, and there's the sense of longing is starting to come to an end. Number 3, number 13, it's number 13 in the deck. So 1 and 3, so there's some new beginnings in the way that you're thinking and feeling about that, and there's some more balance coming in there. So in doing that, going through all that next month, you'll start to probably find and feel where there's some new beginnings as you go through it, and there's a sense of balance because of the choices that you make. And it's about also like this grasshopper here, gratitude, number 15. Feeling that, and there's maybe something new that's coming up for you. Number 1 is about new stuff again, coming in, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, which is about where in the beginning of these cards, the tarot cards that come up, it's all about going that deeper to figure all that stuff out. So these cards are really just clarifying for you that movement of what the other cards have come up and said. So gratitude, staying in that place of gratitude no matter what. And love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. Because when we feel gratitude, that's when we start to go that little bit deeper and actually be grateful for who we are, where we are, what we've been through, where we're going, how we've done it, all that to get to where we are now. Dissolution. So that's upside down, but I'm going to turn that up the correct way. So dissolution. So things, when I say dissolution, I'm seeing things breaking away, peeling away. Doing, the thoughts, and that sort of thing of how what was isn't, what will be. So there's all that processing that you've done, okay, because what was is what was, what will be what you create it to be, and you see more of that. So because there's number 15 and then there's number 45. So 15, 5, 1, just to explain what 1 is about. 5 is about energy. So it's about, making sure that we're thinking, feeling, doing, the things coming from the best and highest form or perception, being, knowing that we can be in, okay? The highest vibration of love. If we're putting out love, we're going to get back love. We're more likely to get back love. Maybe not straight away, but we keep practicing it. It's like we feel it, and we feel better for ourselves that we've come from a loving space, and that's what I mean by that. That's where that love, that energy comes from. But we put it out, and we're more likely to receive that because it changes the vibration. Dissolution is number 45 in the deck, and 4 is about security, to do with, like that grounding, that stability that you're looking for, that you're feeling, so, and also that sort of thing. So, but all these other things, like you're processing it, it's being dissolved basically. Something's coming into end and you're figuring it out. And the security around, finances, family stability and all that sort of stuff, financial stability, security, all that sort of thing. But also, in the number 5 in there is that energetic connection to all things that be, and to find that balance. Cool. Talk about high energy. So I'm feeling really quite calm now, because with all doing that, you're going to feel like more knowing and more in a sense of, in a being, and like peace, love, joy, harmony, excitement and adventure at the tail end of it, but all the way through it as well. Anyway, beautiful. I feel really calm, and that's the feeling that I get from after doing this, the energy that you probably will feel too. Anyway, that's it for now. God bless you, and peace, love, harmony and joy, and I'll see you at the end of March 2020. Bye for now.